is the first time that I have, perhaps the second maiden flight on the FR7 with these FPVCYCLE motors. And it is quite different than any other motors I put on the FR7. There is a small bit of breeze here, as you can probably detect. Only like 5 miles, no, 7, well, 5 to 7 miles an hour. Really smooth. We're only drawing like maybe 10 amps and now 8 amps. So we're just kind of cruising along here at 5 to 6 amps. Naturally it fluctuates as the breeze. And we're kind of do a little dive here. Out here. The amount of control on this is absolutely astounding. The FR7 is already a very stable platform, but it is really only as stable as the motors or the kind of motors you put on it. I've tried several motors in the FR7 frames, to be honest, and a lot of them have had high amperage draws, which has kind of limited their long range capabilities, because then you don't have the endurance. I am flying a 1400 milliamp battery, which is considered by all measures a relatively small battery, a low amp hour battery for this setup. Once again, 10 amps there, now down to 2. Normally, my last set of motors I had on here, we're going like 15 to 20 amps, just cruising around here. We've been pretty much staying under 10 amps for most of the time. We are approaching 3 minutes now, and usually with a 1400 milliamp battery, we would be already out of juice. And yes, I understand we should be running larger batteries, like 2200 milliamp batteries at least. But I generally like to see, is there anything under here? Oh yeah, there's a net under there. Don't want to hit that net. So like I said, we're just cruising around here like 20 something miles an hour. Got GPS on here. Only like 4 amps here. There is about a 5 to 7 mile per hour breeze, but not that bad. And we are approaching 4 minutes. 4 minutes just cruising around here. Maybe we even gotten more if there wasn't a breeze. But like 10 amps here. And just like 20 miles an hour. Nothing too exciting, but what is exciting is the runtime we're actually getting out of this. Thanks to these FPVCYCLE motors. You can run these a lot higher, and I can punch more. That is for sure. These motors have got plenty of power. Plenty of power. With this setup, I'll put the weights in the description, exactly what the weight is. It doesn't have a GoPro on it right now, but it definitely is under. Oh, somebody walking up there. Always got to keep your head on a swivel, watching for soft targets. Alright, we're over 5 minutes now. Astounding. Just cruising around here at 30 miles an hour right now. 32, 31 miles an hour at 5 amps. 10 amps. Fluctuates, of course. Now we're kind of going with the wind here. 34, 37 miles per hour. As we're going with the wind. Now we're just kind of getting an idea of what how much power it consumes under this circumstances. I'm using regular HQ props. Once again, that's in a description. And we're heading to 6 minutes now. I've never had a setup for the FR7 thus far with the 14 milliamp batteries that have actually gotten anywhere near 6 minutes, no matter how carefully I might have been cruising with it. I mean, this is not as slow as pedestrians, but it is just still cruising. This can go a lot faster, but we're just slowly cruising, and we're kind of heading under 7 minutes now. But we're at 21 volts now, 3.5 volts per cell. Time to come in for landing. The kind of control at low RPMs here is, look how steady it is, even in the wind, which has picked up a little bit here. And we're almost to 7 minutes actually now. And we're coming in for a landing. Let's see if we can get to the, and there. Alright, here's the FR7 frame. The flight footage you've already seen. We have these, I just installed these motors on here, FPVCYCLE 1450 kV motors from our great designer, Kebab. Aha! Must check to make sure that these antennas are tight. I don't want to lose them. So, like I said, we're running regular props. All of the equipment I used is in the description below, including the all-up weight and the base weight as well, with the 1400 milliamp battery. Like I say, this is not a endurance test, but I just kind of see with that weight of this smaller battery, 14 milliamp battery, excuse me, upside down, 1400 milliamp battery, how much time we could get out of it. And as you can see, I was just cruising around here like 20-30 miles an hour. There's a brisk breeze up, and that naturally will make the motors work just a little bit more. But all around, very steady. This did not have the GoPro in it, the weight of the GoPro. This is filmed directly from the HD, so if there were any bobbles or any such funkiness like that, it would have been recorded, and that is what you see. So it is recorded just how it flies. Again, tuning was required and some filtering. So the motors aren't even warm. The battery's not even really that warm at all. So I am quite pleased with this setup, and if I had my brothers, I would actually say that I'm going to stick with these motors on here. These once again have proven themselves quite a worthy motor to any other motors I've tried. So shout out to FPVCYCLE for sure. So I highly recommend this on your FR7 frame. But once again, make sure that you're under, or at least not over, the 1.2 pounds that are recommended on the website. These are they show their performance as long as you don't go over the 1.5 pounds. Yeah, you could look at their website. The link will be in the description, and I highly recommend these for your FR7 frame. As you can see, my frame's not exactly lightweight either. It's got this big old, TPU on it, big old antennas, and has the Air Unit. This is of course digital. Like I said, I'll include the weights below so you can compare your build. And the lighter the 7-inch, the better, the more that these motors shine. So I was just trying it on here and see how it will do, and I'm very pleased with the controllability, with the endurance, with the performance of it. And in further videos, you'll see me actually pushing this thing. But right now we were just doing a little cruising test, a little experiment. As with any of my type of videos, I always I'm very meticulous as to the kinds before progressing to the next step, doing each test so it will not be altered by other factors. Alright, well, having said that, it's a great FR7 setup. I highly recommend it. Good day. Have an awesome weekend.